Hi guys, it's Kennedy here. So today we're going to talk about preparation before we go kayak or paddleboard fishing. So a slight disclaimer here, I'm actually using a paddleboard now. But like a lot of people, I started out with a basic kayak as well. So I think this tip will also apply to kayakers. Now, if you are the kind of person who can't sleep before a kayak fishing trip, maybe you're too excited or you kept worrying about some things that you might forget to bring, this video is for you. So let's get into it. Because we all started out as a beginner, and as a beginner, you tend to want to bring all your tackles together with you. Maybe you want to bring all your lures collection, or maybe 5 or 6 rods with you. And you ended up not using most of them. Worse, you actually forgot about important things like the paddle itself. So I personally have developed a system that I want to share with you all. When you talk about items to bring for kayak fishing, you can actually categorize them into 3 groups. The first will be the things that you don't want to get wet. Second group will be things that you don't mind getting wet. And the third thing will be the big items that doesn't fit into any container. So let's go through them one by one. First group, I recommend you buy a dry bag for the first group of items like this. Okay, you just chuck in your car keys, your phone, okay, and if you have an expensive pair of sunglasses, you can put them in as well. Okay, add in a pair of gloves and buff. And you can also bring spare towels or spare clothes, but I personally just leave them in my car. So this is your first group of items. Pretty easy. Just put this thing in a dry bag and then set it aside. The next group of items will be things that you don't mind getting wet. You can put them all inside a milk crate or an ice box, like this. So the things that you put inside here are your water bottles, your fish grip, your net, and if you are keeping fish, then I recommend you getting fish cuff. So just chuck them all inside this box. Now your tackle box and leaders, pliers also go into this group as well. For tackle box, I'll recommend you get a container like this. It's a small container and it actually has space for you to store a dozen lures, and then these are all pre-tied, so you don't have to fiddle with split ring, wasting precious time on the water. Okay, if you get a small box like this, you can actually just store it in your life jacket. Then in the other pocket, you put in your leader, your pliers, put inside another pocket, or you can just hang it on your neck. Basically, these are all the tackle you need for a beginner kayaker. You can also bring a waterproof tackle box like this if you are doing a lot of freshwater casting and you need a larger selection of tackle to try. Keep in mind that once you open the box and sort of look for the lures you want, water will get inside. So it's kind of defeat the purpose of it being waterproof. The more things you bring to a kayak trip, the more things you have to wash once you get back, if you don't want them to be rusted. Try to keep things simple on the water, because in case you get smoked by a big fish, you can quickly retie and then try again. So that will conclude the things that you don't mind getting wet. You put them all into this milk crate. The third group is pretty straightforward. It's your large item like your kayak itself, your paddleboard, your seats, your life jacket, and of course your fishing rods. So usually the standard is 2 rods, because if you accidentally break one on the water, you still have another one to fish with. What type of rod you want to bring, it's depending on the species you are targeting. There will be another topic for another video. But as of now, just get your setup ready. Make sure you pre-tie your FG knot. You can also pre-tie your jig here as well, so you don't have to waste any time when you actually get to the spot. And guys, I recommend you putting a leash on your rods if you don't want to lose it when you are kayaking. I personally didn't do it because I'm quite confident with my paddleboard, but for beginner at least, I highly recommend you securing your rod safely. So this is a core list of items that should be able to get you through a whole day of fishing. By categorizing them into these 3 groups, you can easily detect if you are forgetting something. On the day of the fishing trip, you can just grab your dry bag, grab your milk crate, and then just put it inside your car before you go. So from here, as you get more and more comfortable on the kayak, you can start to add more stuff and then refine your list from there. As well, you may want to bring an anchor for bottom fishing, or maybe you upgrade into a leg pedal kayak with fish finder. Of course, if you want to film your action on the water, then you may want to bring a GoPro and some batteries with you as well. It is an ongoing process. Up until today, I'm still updating my list as I continue to learn from people that is more experienced than me. So keep refining your list, take out items that you don't really use and put in items that is actually useful to you. But try to keep it as simple as possible without sacrificing safety, so you can maximize your time on the water and catch more fish. So guys, I hope you find this video helpful. If you enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button and ring my bell. Catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.